Hello, everyone. Welcome to another installment of Inside Sweet Tooth, where we take a behind-the-scenes look at the people who make Sweet Tooth possible. Today, we're talking to Meghan Garrett, and Meghan is the person who's been working on our ads. Hi, Meghan.
Hi.
And we rarely see each other. I don't think I've seen you in maybe, I don't know, 3 years, maybe since we started. Yeah. But anyway, if you see some of our social stuff and our social media stuff and our ads and tells people, that's Meghan's work. So let me start off here. Meghan, what's your background in art and graphic arts?
Well, I originally started out going to school for graphic design, and then I changed to interior design, all to go back to graphic design. I went out to OSU Tech in Okmulgee here in Oklahoma and got my degree from there. I interned with Acrobat Ant, a local advertising agency here in Tulsa. And from there, they ended up hiring me as soon as I graduated, which was amazing.
Yeah.
They really showed me the ins and outs of agency life, how to communicate with clients, with your account director, account executive, and really just showed me like kind of how to function in the real world with all the skills I learned at school. So that was really helpful. They helped me advance my skills. And then from there, I went on to work with the Tulsa Regional Chamber. And they gave me more opportunities to just keep trying new things and work on work with different clients and through different types of media and formats. With them, I really found my passion and love for publication design. And it kind of allowed me to take one concept and flesh it out like through an entire book. So this was one of my favorites to work on. It's just kind of a word cloud, but continues onto the back. And then inside it's really bold and big and colorful. And, they really allowed me to kind of take my ideas and run with them. And so I was really appreciative of that. I got to work on a lot of really fun projects with them. Not to mention the Tulsa Run, which was one of my favorites as well. This is from one of my favorite years that we did was the Halloween one. So these are some of the credentials. I don't know if you can see these or not, but they were just fun. They allowed me to be quirky with some of my designs, which was great. We worked really well together in having feedback from the client and us, and kind of getting together and collaborating and making a lot of the projects there, fun and on brand for each of the different departments that they have there at the chamber. So then from there, I decided to, it was always a goal of mine to go out on my own and be my own boss. I wanted to have that flexibility for my family and my career. So I had my son in 2017. And my husband and I decided it was time for me to take the leap of faith and jump in feet first and just go for it. So I haven't been happier. It's been really incredible to kind of really stretch my limits and boundaries. I've really had to find a balance between my work and life, but, I'm really passionate about what I do for a living. I love graphic design. I love giving my clients, what they want, have their brand out there, help to be strategic for them, and, be recognizable to the people that they want to be recognized for and with. So, I also dabble in, little stuff like invitations. I've done several wedding invitations for people. This fun invitation for someone that personally, and then, as you mentioned, I do work for you guys. So a lot of the postcards that you guys send out and your social media and your ads. So it's fun to work with you guys too, because I get to kind of, you know, be a little quirky, because it's, you know, you guys are a candy and gift shop, which is great. So can kind of stretch that a little bit. And then one of my other favorite types of design to do, I like to do event design. So like the Tulsa Run, I worked with the film and music with Visit Tulsa Regional Tourism and did South by Southwest with them a couple years ago, which was a lot of fun. You know, and that called for big graphics, big banners and window graphics, and all the way down to t-shirts and, you know, photo booth stuff, that kind of thing. So I like to be able to, you know, stretch my skills and, you know, feed a brand out into different types of media. You know, Route 66 Marathon, we did this one last year.
Oh yeah.
And that was fun. It was a little bit more bold for them, a little different than what they were typically used to doing. So that was fun. And speaking of them, you know, with COVID this year, it was a really big decision to go virtual. And there were a lot of races that had decided to go virtual. And we kind of had to pivot pretty quickly once we decided to do that. So a lot of the graphics and things that we had been working on gearing up to, you know, really now, which is like crunch time, you know, we kind of had to pivot that stuff and create a new medal, create new swag, that kind of stuff. So that's been interesting to kind of, and I mean, I hate to say exciting because it's kind of a terrible time in history, but it's
different,
you know, it's different, you know,
yeah.
and it's kind of that rush of, you know, turning on a dime like that. So it's been, I don't know, it's been kind of interesting here lately to
Yeah, I'll bet. I was going to ask you what part of this whole thing you like, but I get the feeling that you kind of like the whole thing. I mean, working with other people and getting feedback from them, and also you know, and then working on your own and being able to just go out and do things. Do you have any favorite parts about being a graphic designer?
Not really. Kind of like what you just said. I like a little bit of everything. I'm trying to take a little bit of a deeper dive into the digital aspect. You know, my degree, I went for more of a print design, you know, is kind of more of what I'm used to doing. So with COVID and with things kind of like slowed down a little bit, I'm trying to dive into websites and more of the digital side of advertising, because, you know, a lot of people are going virtual and digital, and
sure,
you know, everyone's watching TV and all the things. So I don't really have one individual thing that I like to do more than the other, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we enjoy too, just kind of giving you the little hint of an idea when we're not sure, and you come back with several different ideas, and so we really enjoy that that back and forth also, and I think we've had some great stuff come out, and at least people are commenting on it. So I think it's real good. Do you do other art things?
So yes and no. I mean, I like to dabble. I like to do t-shirt design. I have a silhouette. So some people have the cricket or whatever. So I like to customize like cups and shirts and all that kind of stuff. That's fun for me. My kids and I like to paint. So I usually get those 10 packs of canvases, and we just kind of spread out on the kitchen table and paint and do that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you too. I mean, how is it, how you're at home with 2 kids, right? Trying to working, and how is that working out?
You know, some days are easier than others. It sounds fantastic, but as a lot of people have found out, that it is more difficult than you can imagine having kids at home, trying to work at home, and, you know, keep everybody happy. You know, my daughter is 7, almost 8, and my son is 2. He doesn't do very well with, you know, hold on, I'm working.
Right,
You know, so it ends up being, you know, I may be working really early in the morning before everybody gets up, or late at night, or in between, you know, naps, that kind of thing. So I just kind of have to be flexible, and sometimes it's more stressful than others. And, you know, I've had to learn to ask for help. And that's one of those things I hate doing, but yeah, I mean, you know, I did sign on for this. This is what I wanted. I wanted to have that flexibility. So, you know, just kind of had to roll with the punches, especially here lately, you know, having school kind of shutting down in March, and you know, that was so unexpected for so many people. So, it's been interesting, but I still really enjoy it. So I think I made a good decision.
Well, the product still keeps coming out, so that's good. Do you have any advice for people who are trying to do this on their own? I mean, on you know, with doing it at home with kids and
schedules, lots of scheduling. You know, try to block your time. You know, it's hard because if you try to do it all at the same time, you're not going to give either one 100%. So, you know, if you kind of work in more like block schedules, that kind of helps out quite a bit. You know, asking for help, finding, you know, different ways just to kind of maneuver your day and schedule your day. As far as design goes, if there's people out there that are, you know, there's a lot of great online programs. You know, I'm partial to OSU Tech. I feel like they taught me so much, and you know, I owe them a lot. So, you know, research, you know, ask questions, email people, you know, ask questions, kind of set up that kind of stuff before you just jump into something that just sounds good. So you know.
It sounds like personally handling everything. It sounds like flexibility is a big factor with young kids, and be able to change a lot. Yeah, they can get. I can't imagine doing that. I mean, I can't even start to think about that. Well, so well, I tell you, this has been great. I really appreciate you taking the time. For you know, to let people know about what's going on in the graphic arts world, and how things are. Did you always? I wanted to ask you though. Have you always done it on a computer for the most part?
Yes, for the most part. You know, in school we had to start out pen to paper, pencil to paper, and kind of learn those mechanics and that kind of stuff. But yeah, for the most part. I mean, now if I take, typically if it's a large project, or, you know, something a lot of times I do have to take pencil to paper and kind of do sketches, thumbnails, as far as like how I want things to look and work once I put it to the screen. So, you know, it's kind of a little bit of both. I have lots of notebooks everywhere with all my doodles that are things that I kind of work on. So
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Meghan, thanks for joining us again, and letting everyone get an insight into that world. And we'll be sending you some more stuff, I'm sure.
Okay. So I'll be watching for it.
All right. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.